Hi, this is Andy. A slightly different video today. I'm going to be trying to make this part serviceable again. I harvested it off a board rather than let it go to waste. So yeah, so what we're going to do, if you look in the back, you can see, there you go. It was pulled off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and rework this part so I can reuse it. So first of all, I'm going to stick it to a bit of Captain Tape upside down. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a bit of a glue dot, bit of a CA glue dot in the middle here. And I'm going to stick this part down so I've got something that's holding it. And there we go. What I'll do is I'll bring you back when the glue's dried. Okay, else it will be a long video. Okay, glue's dried. Brilliant. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to re-tin all the pads with some lead solder. So that's what I'm going to do first. Just going to go over them, make sure they all take. Just make sure they all take a bit of solder, else there's no point if the pad won't take solder. So they look like they all do. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a bit of flux onto it. As you can see, it's been squirted there. Okay. And now I'm going to use a bit of copper braid to clean the pads up. So, just 1 second. So, you can see here the pads are being cleaned up. And you just keep on going down the braid until it stops sucking stuff, and then you use a little bit more of the braid that hasn't been used. Okay, and we just keep on going down there until we think we've got everything. Okay. That looks okay. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a cotton bud, a little bit of MEK. I'm just going to clean the area, and then I'm just going to have a quick look. See, yeah, it looks like we're all good. This pad doesn't look brilliant, but I'm going to re-examine that with a little bit of liquid flux and see if it's just the pad or let's get some solder on there. Let's have a look. Oh, it does take a, yeah. So it's taking solder pretty good. So there's no need to worry about that pad. Okay. So we'll just quickly make it back up again. I just wanted to make sure that the pad was viable, really. And so we've got one there. We haven't nipped. So we'll just grab that. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, so that's our cleaned up BGA. just to give you some context on how big this is, that's the nib of a biro. So it's a small part. So I'm just going to pause here while I have a little bit of a clean up. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to put a bit of flux on. So I'm just going to squirt a little bit of flux on, just a little line. If you want to know what flux I'm using Amtech RM8223. And then we're just going to use our finger and just wipe the whole chip. And why do we do that? Well, it's easier for the balls to attach to. Okay, now the balls I'm using, I don't know if I can get this in here, are 0.6 mil. Yeah, solder balls, there you go. SN63 PB 37. So they're leaded balls. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just going to tap a few, hopefully not too bloody many. There's a chunk. So what we'll do is manipulate those, and I'll show you a couple, and then I'll pause the video and I'll do the rest. Okay, so it's just a bit time consuming. So this is what you end up doing really. Now it is a bit time consuming, but if you need a part, you need a part. So there are other ways of doing this. So this is quite a manual way really, obviously, but you can get stencils and you can just put the chip in a jig, and you can use solder paste. Paste the pads. You don't get such of a uniform. Well, I suppose uniform is a bad word. The amount of solder is different. Like you end up accumulating on the pad because of the stencil thickness. You can get a thick stencil and get more paste on there, and then you'll obviously get more of a solder bump. So there's that way. The other way is you can put it in a jig and you can just sprinkle these balls on, and that's another way that you can do. But you can see I've done what, half a dozen in less than a minute. It doesn't take that much time really. So if you've just got one or two chips, that's, you need to get yourself out the hole with, and this is a viable way, I guess. You have some patience, and you can have a light touch. I mean, like I say, that the solder balls themselves are 0.6 millimeters. You see how they fly off as well if you press too hard on them. These solder balls are only 0.6 millimeters. The chip itself is probably 7 millimeters across. Probably less than that. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, about 7 millimeters across. So it's not a very big chip. It's much bigger pitch than normal, like a BGA for an FPGA. See how that one flicked off as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video, and I'll bring you back when they're all done. Else it's going to be a very long, boring video. Okay, so that took 5 minutes, and I've now placed all the balls on the device. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reflow them. So my hot air station is set to 400, and I'm going to set it to something like 25, and then I'm going to hold it over and just slowly heat them up. It's going to take some time. I'm hoping eventually they will all, yeah, no. So what you see here, you think it's like short, it's not, it's the flux. And then you can see them transitioning back now. What happens is surface tension pulls the balls to the pad. So I'm just going to leave that for a bit. I'm going to bring it back in. I'm going to leave it for a good 5 minutes to cool down, and then I'll have another look at it. Okay, if I mess with it now, I might scrap it. Okay, so I'll bring you back in a bit. Okay, we're back. 1 cup of tea later, and now we'll just check to make sure these have. See that they're not joined. See, it's just needs cleaning. But yeah, they're all now joined. Brilliant. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to add some more flux to this. I'm going to grow the part one more time with the hot air gun, slightly higher rate now. Give them another good blast, and then we'll leave the pot to cool, and I'll clean the part, and then I'll show you the part. So we're going to turn the hot air up now to, and we'll go over again. Brilliant. And we'll leave that. And while I'm at it, I'll just talk about these tools. You see, just move this to the side. This tool here. I bought some watchmakers oilers. These are oilers for watchmakers, and I have to say they're brilliant for pushing these balls around. I mean, you can really manipulate these things with these, and then this is quite a big one. I mean, there's different sizes. There's one here, there's one, and there's thinner ones than this. They come in different colours, so you've got green and black. But yeah, they're an excellent tool for manipulating, the balls. So that's all solidified now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over and clean this part. Take it off if I can, off the Captain tape. Give it a clean. Yeah, those oilers are really good. Hopefully this will get a really good clean on it. I'll pull this Captain tape off now, and I'll put the part down. There you go. Just wait for it to, I suppose, and it could dab it with a bit of, try and so there you have it. Needs a bit more of a clean way, but there you go, there's all the balls on that. Perfectly good. Let's just show you some profile shots so you can see that there's no shorts. There's no shorts there, see? And here. Got a good standoff. And it just needs a bit of a clean. So, having, you know, saved this part from a recycle bin, and now I've got a perfectly good micro module to use. So don't throw them away, I suppose, is the you know, the point I make. Some companies, you know, you make a load of boards and you don't necessarily use all of them, and then when the project comes to fruition, you tend to throw them away. And some of these parts haven't even been powered, you know. So really, I mean, there's no, I mean, it makes common sense really to reuse them, I guess is what I'm saying. And it's a shame to throw, I mean, it's a shame to throw these things away. There's nothing wrong with them. So, slightly different video today. Sorry about the camera. My camera setup's not really set up for this stuff, and I got polarized filter on it, so you can see. Look, there's the polarization coming in. So that's a polarized view of it. So yeah, slightly different video today. I hope it was interesting. I may as well have made the video. I wanted to use this part anyway. I'm going to be making up a little power board up, so yeah, I've saved myself, I don't know, what, 20, 30 quid. And I mean, look, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. So yeah, don't throw your stuff away, reuse it. Okay, click the bell, all that sort of stuff. Still trying to grow the channel, so hope you enjoyed this, and great, cheers, bye.